Welcome everyone to Nerd-Vana podcast. I am John Murphy.
And I'm Ian Benoit.
And we are going to
and a very pained individual.
And we are going to be reviewing the Star Wars Holiday Special, a TV movie that I put into the category of rite of passage movies. Yes, before The Last Jedi, this was the worst thing to come out of Star Wars. Before The Last Jedi, before the prequel series, this was the worst thing. And that's not an exaggeration. George Lucas himself is embarrassed by this product. It even states on IMDb how he has tried and failed to actually buy every single copy of this and destroy it.
I don't blame him. I do not blame him.
Even Harrison Ford denies involvement in this. There's the famous interview with Conan O'Brien where he asks him, "Do you remember making this holiday special?" And he just shakes his head. Oh boy. Anyway, going to rite of passage films. If you want to be in this profession, whether it's filmmaking or film criticism, there are certain moments that or films that you have to watch. There is watching a black and white film, a silent film, watching Citizen Kane, watching a foreign film, and sometimes they're also watching the so bad it's good movies. The Room, Birdemic, and this. And both of us, we have different experiences. I personally enjoyed it by how bad it is. I mean, you would not make the connection to Star Wars if it didn't say Star Wars.
And I wanted to hemisect myself with a lightsaber.
So this is actually going to be a very interesting conversation because honestly, this piece of work has been reviewed to death on YouTube, from Nostalgia Critic to JonTron to I Hate Everything to Chris Stuckman. So pretty much everything has been said. So don't be surprised if we pretty much say the exact same thing, like saying, "What is Jefferson Starship doing in this? Why can't we understand what the Wookiees are saying?" But anyway, Ian, since you had the biggest reaction from this, why don't we start with your experience?
Oh God. Well, this is basically my first reaction, aside from what I told you last night. This is the first time I've ever watched this, I've heard about it briefly in its infamy. I think, if I recall correctly, Rebecca pitched it to me that we should do it over the summer, I think, and you seemed all for it. And now I entirely regret watching it. Now, given I myself, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I can acknowledge good art when I see it. And for me, Star Wars, the first two anyway, is basically like a classical fantasy story set in space with the backdrop of, futuristic technology and aliens.
Mm-hmm.
But this is... I don't know what to say about it. There's so many things wrong with it. Now, given I myself, I'm not a big fan of musicals. I mean, sometimes it works and I can enjoy it. But there's a couple requirements I have. One, you don't do that many musical numbers in, how long is this, 1 hour?
This is about an hour 40 minutes.
98 minutes, apparently.
Yeah.
And I watched it on YouTube on one of the bootleg copies, so...
It's pretty much the only way you can view it, yeah.
Yeah. I got to see the commercials from that time. You know it's bad when you enjoy the commercials more than the production. I'm serious. But, okay, aside from my main gripes, there's a few things I would have liked to see. One, an actual conflict. 2, less musical number. 3, subtitle. You need, and I know you can do this. I know they could have titled it.
Let's see, 4. How about an actual explanation of what this holiday is?
It's not even based on what it's supposed to be about. It's not based on Christmas or Yule, if you want to get technical.
Well,
and
yeah, it does. It's not a Christmas special. It's a holiday special. The in-world holiday called Life Day. What is Life Day? What is it about? What do they celebrate? Don't know. Don't know, and apparently the writers didn't care.
Yeah, from what I gathered, all the Wookiees dress up in red robes and go to what appeared to be into a star.
Yes.
They walked through outer space to a star.
It's the 70s, man. Oh. Oh, we went a little black. Went a little black there.
On my end?
Yeah.
Yeah, your icon jumping in and out for me, but I still hear you fine. So.
Okay. That's alright. Yeah, it's the 70s, man. Free love and all that, man. Oh god. So
Jaws came out in the 70s too, and it wasn't this bad.
Yeah, I know. Jaws in 75, Star Wars in 77. What's funny about this is that this holiday special actually came out in 78, so before The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
So putting into the mindset is it's kind of weird to just go from it's weird to go from blowing up the Death Star to life with the Wookiees.
Yeah. Personally, and this is from my extremely basic layman's point of view of Star Wars, it would have been good to see some sort of holiday at the Rebel base. For me, I think I could have enjoyed that a little better.
Yeah, probably, but you know, what's done is done. I mean, seriously, we're 40 years. This is the 40th anniversary.
Oh my gosh, it is. Yeah, apparently this was originally released November 17th.
1978. Ah, boy. Can't change what happened 40 years ago, but we can sure enjoy it and mock it.
I can agree with the mocking.
Alright, so Alright, so yeah, it's... You would think that a Star Wars holiday special that actually had most of that had the original cast. You had Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, the late Carrie Fisher, Peter Mayhew, Anthony Daniels, and I think it was either Warwick Davis or one of the dwarfs who played R2-D2. Hold on, looking him up. Kenny Baker. The late. I think he died some time ago as well. And James Earl Jones. You would think that this would be good. But this just goes to show you that a star-studded cast just does not make up for crappy writing.
No, it doesn't.
Even with guest stars like Harvey Korman, Hedley Lamar from Blazing Saddles. If any of you have seen that, that's another rite of passage film in my book. B. Arthur, a Golden Girl, who's which that series is starting to become popular again. And Art Carney, who I don't know much about, but apparently he was a comedian. And I lost my train of thought halfway through these. What was I saying? I guess with guest stars, it probably okay. I guess it could just make it a little enjoyable. But I guess depending on your own perspective, it can be. I mean, I do find this enjoyable. Yeah, in how bad it is, but also there are just little segments that I like from this. Yes, this focuses too much on Chewbacca's family, who are waiting for him to get home so they could celebrate Life Day. But so far there's only 2 sequences that I like that actually makes me enjoy this, and that is one, an animated little Star Wars sequence, because that actually feels like Star Wars.
It does.
In fact, it's actually one of the earliest, if not probably the first introduction of fan favorite Boba Fett.
I think it is confirmed this is the first one where he is introduced. According to Wikipedia, anyway.
Yeah. And the bar sequence on Tatooine with B. Arthur, because I just love her wit. I love her sarcasm. No, that's it.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Those were the, how do I put this, least painful of this entire sequence.
Those were the more tolerable. That was the more tolerable one.
For me, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Everything else, everything else is just a wandering, meandering event that happens. It's almost like watching someone with ADD trying to figure out how to pass the time. We start off with Chewie's family, and then it goes to this weird neon acrobatic event. Then it goes to
there's that thing.
Chewie's wife trying to prepare Life Day dinner with Harvey Korman in drag.
Yeah.
It's stud whip, 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 stud whip. Okay.
I had to grin it during that whole sequence because it was so cringy. I had to. Not because of someone in drag, no, just that writing and how it was acted. I had to cringe.
You had to cringe. I was just laughing because I just kept on thinking, how could someone think this should be the follow-up to Star Wars? I mean, it's hilarious if you think about it. Someone actually thought, okay, we just blew up the Death Star. Luke just learned to tap into the Force. And there was a medal award ceremony. How should we follow that up? How about a comedian in drag trying to prepare dinner for a holiday? I like it.
Whoever's idea this was, I don't care who they are. Even if freaking George Lucas thought of it, whoever thought of this needs to be fired. If they aren't already.
I think George Lucas might have thought of this, and honestly, firing is too good, and honestly, and also redundant because Star Wars is now owned by Disney. So, what are they?
Disney, if you have the original copy of this, part of me wants to say destroy it. The other part says release it to the masses.
Yes, release it to the masses. I agree. All right. So then after 2 minutes of stir whip stir,
pounding and like
weird noises. Then we go to some kind of trader shop run by Art Carney. That too lasts for a few minutes, and then it's back to Chewie's family. And I think now I can't remember it. Now I can't remember what actually happens after that. And like I said, I've only seen this twice. But either way, it's definitely like it's just like watching someone with ADD.
Oh, here you go, John. Here's the next sequence. San or Swan, S-A-U-N, however you pronounce that, arrives with Life Day gifts for everyone, including a virtual reality fantasy program featuring Dayahan, if I'm pronouncing that right, Carol for Itchy.
Oh,
what
yes.
The fuck?
Actually, according to the IMDb, it says, according to producer Mitzi Welch, the sequence with Diane Carroll was intended to be softcore porn that would pass the censors. This is one of the things that is often repeated by reviewers. Yes, it looks like porn.
Yeah, like fantasies and... I mean, I'm just there. My face was screwed into... I can't even recreate the look. It was so cringy.
I was like this.
Oh God, John.
I mean, this is why this is one of the rite of passage films. It's something that you have to see to believe. Just seeing a 20-minute review of it is just not enough to convince you that it's bad. It's just going... I mean, yeah, you can show clips of it, but you're just constantly going, no, that didn't happen. There's no way that happened. And
it happened.
And then you see the whole thing, and it's like, that did! They did it! Oh my god! Oh my god, they actually did! Oh. So, and what's the next sequence?
Reading directly from Wikipedia, back on the Falcon, Chewbacca and Han have just come out of hyperspace not far from Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
Kashyyyk.
oh, let me guess. It says Endor?
No.
Oh. Yeah,
K-A-S-H-Y-Y-Y-K.
yeah, Kashyyyk, the Wookiee home planet. Which is kind of funny because you know, we go back to that in episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So, maybe okay, so we got Boba Fett and we got Kashyyyk, and this holiday special, which revealed that they liked that Wookiees reside in trees, and these would all come up in future incarnations, in future episodes of Star Wars. So this is about 98% bad, maybe 99% bad, because if this influenced, you know, future episodes, it can't be all bad.
Yeah, and those of you who've been on both my channel and the Nerd-Vana series, you know that I enjoy looking for things, the positive in things.
Mhm.
I enjoy good ideas. And yes, there are some good ideas in there. However, those good ideas picked out are decent. However, taken as a whole with this whole shit show,
Mm-hmm.
it's drowned out.
I know. It's like finding an oasis in the world's biggest desert, bigger than the Sahara.
An oasis on Tatooine.
Oh yeah, good one.
There you go. And that's coming from someone who's not a big Star Wars fan, so.
Alright, so then
Han notices continuing. Han notices an increased Imperial presence, so they decide to land in an unguarded area to the north. As they enter the atmosphere, Lumpy hears the roaring of the ship, believing Han and Chewie might be arriving in Mala.
Oh, right. The stormtroopers come. Yeah. And that, which then proceeds us for Lumpy. Oh yeah, we didn't discuss the names of Chewbacca's family. There's Mala, his wife. You think?
I heard Mala, and I'm thinking, okay, where's Dagger? Where's Dagger?
You think maybe the writers might have taken influence from this for the naming? You know, the writers of Race to the Edge?
Maybe. Part of me hopes not, but it's possible. I need to look up the origins of the name Mala. I have no ambition to do so right now.
Okay. There's their son named Lumpy.
That sounds like a Smurf.
It sounds like a derogatory term, like, you know, like Frollo calling a baby Quasimodo.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the grandpa Itchy.
I think that might be a Smurf.
There's only one Itchy, and that's from All Dogs Go to Heaven, voiced by Dom DeLuise. But yeah, Grandpa is named Itchy. Chewy, Lumpy, Itchy. Okay. Anyway, now going back to the next ADD event. Lumpy decides to watch a cartoon, and this is the briefest bit of Star Wars you get in the Star Wars Holiday Special, which is weird animation, but very unique and fluid. Although weird designing on Han Solo's part.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, that's
I guess.
that's a thing. And there's not really much of a story to it. It's just that Luke tries to rescue Han and Chewie on this planet that when they were trying to bring back a talisman that apparently contains a virus that just puts them to sleep. And so, but they run into Boba Fett, who agrees to help them find the cure in the city. Only R2 finds out that Boba Fett was actually working with Darth Vader. And when the plan's revealed, Boba Fett just runs away.
Or flies away, more accurately. He had a jetpack.
Flies away, yeah. Flies away, and they're all. But after he runs away after curing them. Greatest bounty hunter in the galaxy? I guess not everyone's perfect, Everybody makes mistakes.
And according to this virus, the only way to be alive is to hang you by your feet so all the blood rushes to your skull.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's a thing.
Yeah. and that's it. Let's see. Then the next sequence, if I'm remembering correctly, is back in Chewie's household, where the leader of the stormtroopers tells the little Wookiee child to clean your room.
Okay. I may not be... Oh yeah, you forgot the martial law.
Oh, martial... Oh, where's the... that...
Like in the transmission thing.
Oh, so then that's when we go to the bar sequence?
Yeah, I think so, and...
where we see...
about that.
Yeah, where we see B. Arthur is a barmaid on Tatooine. Gives us her trademark wit. God, she's got the sharpest tongue. If you just YouTube Golden Girls most savage moments, you'll see a lot of... Oh my god, they'll give you a laugh. Here's a preview. Let's see. In the 45 minutes I've served you, you've complained about the food and also told me that a little dab a day in my case wasn't enough. I don't care if you have a pulse, much less a nice day. But anyway, yes. YouTube Golden Girls funniest moments. You'll probably come across a video that says 18 times that Golden Girls were just absolutely savage. And it'll brighten your day. It'll probably even brighten your day, Ian, after viewing this train wreck. But
I sure hope so.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you have B. Arthur as a barmaid, Harvey Korman as a lovesick guy who does not understand the idea that sometimes words have no meaning. They're just automatic responses.
Yeah.
And then because of this martial law, apparently everything is being shut down, and everything's being shut down, including this bar, for some reason. Don't know why. I don't understand how martial law works.
Nope.
And that brings us to the song and dance of B. Arthur just serving one last round to all the patrons. Honestly,
I'm drowning in sorrow. Please help.
Honestly, it's actually right here that it's at this moment that I forget that this is Star Wars, because
this isn't Star Wars.
It doesn't feel like Star Wars.
It's not Star Wars. It's bad fan fiction.
And after that, that's when we go to the next sequence, and that is the tutorial.
Oh, good God.
Okay, writers, if you're going to make a tutorial video, please have it something that actually exists.
Yeah, please.
But honestly, I actually like this sequence, not because again, someone definitely wasn't in their right mind when thinking of this, but also because it's just the performance of Harvey Korman. I mean, it should take enormous talent to actually still give a performance, a monotone performance, when you probably know that the script is just crap.
Yeah.
I mean, that's honestly what I like, is that the guest stars are just, kind of having fun with it.
That's the only way you could survive through the production.
Mm-hmm. Harvey Korman, he plays multiple characters in this special. He was the cooker in drag. He's a volcano head in the bar, who's love struck by B. Arthur, and he's a malfunctioning robot who tries to teach Lumpy how to build this device. It goes on for 3 minutes. But I'm sure, but for me, those are 3 glorious minutes, because it's again a train wreck. You want to look away, but you just can't.
I agree, yeah.
And let's see, then what's after that? Is that when Han and Chewie finally come back?
No. According to Wikipedia, Lumpy uses this opportunity to put his plan into motion, making a repeated call for the Imperials to, quote, return to base. They leave, but one stormtrooper stays behind and realizes they were tricked. He finds Lumpy and destroys the machine, then chases Lumpy outside.
And that's when Han and Chewie return. Yes. I don't know. I really can't say much about the ending, really, because honestly, I just want it to get over with. Han easily tricks the stormtrooper into falling off the tree, and everyone is safe. And now they do their ceremony where they walk through space into a star that transports them into some kind of cave.
That's not how stars work.
It's 70s, man.
Alien was 70s. I rest my case.
I'm talking about drugs. They were high.
Okay, I will concede that. Everybody who worked on this was high AF, as the full. They were high as the full.
They were high as a kite.
But, so yeah, they go to the cave in the star wearing red robes, and it looks like it, to be honest, if this were the change in genre or franchise, I would have thought they were going to do a sacrifice. So that's what it looks like.
Oh, my camera stopped recording some time ago. I don't know how much I got.
Ah!
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's just my end. It's just my B camera. This one is still
okay.
This one is still working.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were gonna make me do this again. Don't give me a heart attack.
No.
Okay, so run under the
and there's a final song sequence sung by Carrie Fisher. Now,
And she has a decent voice.
she does
I'll
have
give her that.
she has a decent voice. Now, we didn't cover the acting from the main stars, from the big three. There was a sequence.
They weren't here.
They were not all here. The late Carrie Fisher, may she rest in peace, and I'm sorry for saying this, looked like she was high. She was kind of all like head was like tilted to the side, had a glazed look in her eye.
Yeah, and I was watching this on my phone at, I think, at like 270p. So, poor quality.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the comments on that video said, Luke is wearing way too much makeup. It looked like, he looked like Donald Trump's skin color, and I know that's probably blasphemy to say.
A little too easy. It's a little too easy to say.
It just... His skin was... I don't know if it was the lighting or what. But his skin was orange.
It was in 1978 that people saw Mark Hamill's future as a villain performer. His sequence, it actually kind of looked really creepy. It was kind of creepy. I'm just gonna say. And
did they even talk about that yet?
No, we didn't talk about that one yet.
No, I mean on here. Yeah, right here. Nothing happens really. He just tells them that Han and Chewie left on time.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all he knows. That's all.
If they haven't arrived yet, if they haven't showed up, then something must be wrong.
I'm sure they'll be fine. That's literally what. Luke, you're a Jedi. Use the Force and find out where they are.
He hasn't been trained yet.
I don't bloody care.
Oh boy, I just came across something on IMDb that makes me mad now. Apparently, according to someone named David Akumba, who might have been one of the producers, he recommended Robin Williams for the special, but the producers turned him down. That would have made this so.
That, please.
David Akumba, I believe, who is one of the producers of this special, recommended Robin Williams for this, but the producers turned him down. Why?
Why? What?
He would have made this so much more enjoyable. He had so much energy.
Oh my god, this was a drag, I swear.
Oh my god, he probably could have done the character better, that character, Art Carney's character better, or he could have done the multiple Harvey Korman ones better.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can you just imagine? Oh my god, just imagine Mrs. Doubtfire coming, telling Mala how to make bantha soup. Stirred, whip, stirred. Whip, stirred. Yes, whip it. Whip it like a spoiled child.
Okay, I will concede. That would have been awesome. Now, I don't know Robin Williams' standing of his career at that point in time.
I think he was already working on I think he was already doing Mork and Mindy at this time.
Okay, so he may have been like busy, but if they said they turned him down, that implies that he might have shown some interest in doing it.
I think they turned David Akumba's recommendation down.
Oh.
I think they. Yeah, I have no.
At least ask him.
I know, seriously. Oh, what might have been. I can also let's see. Also, Robin Williams as the malfunctioning robots he would have supplied the voice effects himself by going. Seriously, if you've seen his stand-up special live at the Met, like the full video on YouTube, oh god, it's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, but then of course, and now backtrack to the big three. Finally, is Harrison Ford, who just appears bored. It's kind of clear that he only agreed to this so he could get a paycheck.
Mm-hmm. I can't blame him for that.
I know.
But...
all of you are like family to me. You're the most important part of my life.
Okay.
Are you picking up on all my heartfelt sincerity?
And apparently Luke is, creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough.
I know this is just what makes this is just what I love from this special. It's just for me it is so bad it's good. It's mostly bad, but I just can't help but laugh at how bad it is. Who in their right mind would actually greenlight this? Well, something green was involved, but it wasn't what we're all thinking of. Money. I am thinking money. Mm-hmm. I mean, Star Wars: The First Star Wars was actually a surprise success.
It was, yeah. It was thought to be it was gonna fail.
Yeah, mostly because it was a sci-fi. I mean, sci-fi had its deal in the 50s, 60s, and the 60s, but it was corny. It was schlocky. It was very low budget. I mean, even Star Trek, with as big a name as that franchise is, it's actually a cult hit that now became this critically acclaimed phenomenon. Star Wars changed all that by kind of going above and beyond what sci-fi movies are supposed to be. And George Lucas constantly tries to deny us that by never releasing the originals.
Yes, and without Star Wars, we more than likely wouldn't have Alien, actually, because it utilized a lot of the technology at the time.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't have Alien. Star Wars is just a game changer when it came to the film industry, and it actually utilized all the concepts from a book made by Joseph Campbell called The Hero with a Thousand Faces, and it's where he details how all the cultures are actually telling the same story. George Lucas got a hand on that and got his hand on it and applied all of those to Star Wars, and it just resonated with everyone. Joseph Campbell has even said how in one moment where Luke turns off his navigating computer that he goes, This is now a new mythology. This is exactly like mythology. Which again, I don't know.
There, John.
I know. I was, and then I'm coming back, which is why, I guess in my mindset, makes this even more hilarious that this dumpster fire exists. Oh my god.
But okay, so what do we go on to now?
I have no idea. I mean, I've kind of run out. I think I've run out of steam, and which is surprising because apparently we've only been recording for about 45 minutes, and you thought we would.
Really?
Yeah, and you thought we'd be doing this for 3 hours.
No, I'm talking about the dragon.
Oh, the dragons? What?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Sneak peek for next month, viewers.
Yep.
But
okay, what I do like. There's few things that I like about this. I like Harvey Korman and B. Arthur in this. I do like how funny it is because I guess with age it's all the also with the last Jedi, this is not that bad.
that's what a lot of the comments said.
Not what? It's not as bad. It's not as bad as the Last Jedi.
There was a bit of a debate of which was worse.
Mm-hmm.
The consensus was that Jedi was worse. I can't ring in on that because I've never seen it.
All right. Well, I think the reason why is because even though it has the name Star Wars, it doesn't feel like Star Wars. It feels a little disconnected. Whereas the Last Jedi is supposed to be part of the main storyline, and some people just kind of feel like it kind of deconstructs or kind of derails everything Star Wars is supposed to be about. But at least that's what I'm guessing. I like the animated sequence. I like B. Arthur. And I just like how out of it the main actors are. They're just out of it. It just makes this very enjoyable. It's so bad it's good. Is it? So yeah, it's bad, but I'll watch it every Christmas.
You can watch this every Christmas. I will go watch Gift of the Night Fury.
Okay. Well, alright, what about you, Ian? Was there anything that you liked?
Aside from the bar sequence, and that's really it. I did enjoy the slight world building that we got.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not really enough to make up for all of this. A question though.
Uh-huh.
Is that little animated cartoon that we watched canon to the overall story?
I don't know.
Because it name drops various characters. Is it like a rendition of an actual event?
I don't know.
Because that would be kind of good to know.
Yeah. Well, I'll consider it canon. Doesn't mean I had to consider the holiday special canon.
It's not canon.
It's not.
I mean, I saw the original trilogy. They don't reference it at all, so...
No. Yeah.
Comedy, cartoon... versions and availability, we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on. In versions and availability on Wikipedia, the entire Fett cartoon would get an official home release as an Easter egg on the 2011 Star Wars The Complete Saga Blu-ray set, and therefore the only portion of the holiday special officially released in any home video format.
That means it's in high quality.
Do we apparently the entire cartoon? Does that mean it's just from like the primary footage from this, or is there more that we haven't seen?
I don't know. I'm kind of curious. I might actually have the Complete Saga Blu-ray. 2011.
Yeah.
You said.
Yeah, 2011. So that would be like the original 6th film.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah,
the original 6th film. So if we can track down set cartoon, as opposed to the holiday special, I would not be opposed to reviewing that.
To reviewing that. Okay.
I mean, if the viewers want to see me in less of a, wanting to stab myself and chemisect myself with the lightsaber, I would not be opposed to reviewing that. What we saw seemed to be fairly enjoyable, so if they want, we can review that if they want.
Okay. Alright, so star rating. Alright.
Just firstly, if this Amazon format, can we give it 0 stars?
I guess. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess because you want to give it 0 stars.
No, I don't want to give it 0 stars.
Okay. Let's see. Well, on a so bad it's good format, it definitely ranks a 4 out of 5. But I guess production-wise, writing, just overall planning, I'd probably give it 2 out of 5.
I gotta give it 1 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
1, because there were good portions.
Mm-hmm.
However, if we add up the entire timeline of those good portions, it probably equals 10% of the actual entire thing.
Okay.
But I went into this expecting slightly better. And that's not saying much. I expected it to be a shit show. Based on what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as where it fit in with the Star Wars legacy and lore,
yeah, I don't know if I might have to ask Tyler if Life Day ever comes up in any of the expanded universe books, because he knows the expanded universe.
All right, yeah. You want to put that down in the description?
But what?
So we can get his thoughts on it.
Okay.
Yeah, but as far as, with very little good about this film, even though, as John said, it is a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
But the legacy of this film, it's going to be... It's a cult something. I don't know if it's a cult classic or whatever. It's a cult something.
It's a cult favorite among Star Wars fans and film enthusiasts.
Yeah. And John said, and I can sort of agree, this is a rite of passage film.
Mm-hmm.
Along with various others, I have to agree. We need to make a list of all films that people should see if they're going into this sort of line of work, even just, as a pastime.
Mm-hmm.
This should be on there. There should also be some other really good films.
Oh yeah, there are good films, like Citizen... you can usually start with the list of the AFI's 100 greatest movies of all time. Some of them include modern classics like Toy Story, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. and of course, you know, then there's the classics that just define film, like Citizen Kane, Casablanca, and Gone with the Wind. But and yeah, good films, and there should also be bad films. And oh boy, Ian, if you didn't like the holiday special of this, you should probably watch The Room.
Are you trying to kill me?
Well, the thought never really crossed my mind until now. Well, that's kind of a weird note to end on this. I was hoping to say Merry Christmas at the end of this and Happy Life Day.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone, and Merry Christmas and Happy Life Day.
Happy holidays.